Just when it looked like Rangers were gaining serious momentum in the transfer market, a fresh twist has thrown a major spanner in the works. With the new season fast approaching and European qualifiers looming large, the Ibrox club had been quietly confident about pulling off a key piece of business, until a new contender entered the race. Now, with Premier League power and Premier League money on the table, one of Rangers' biggest summer targets could be slipping through their fingers. So what has happened? What has changed? Let's break it down, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers rounded off their 5-day stay at the home of English football with a 1-1 draw against Barnsley yesterday. Danilo's strike was cancelled out by the League One side in a competitive closed-door friendly at a hot St George's Park. It follows Sunday's 2-2 draw against Club Brugge and comes just 2 weeks out from that crunch Champions League qualifier against Panathinaikos. Boss Russell Martin gave Jack Butland the nod in goal, while James Tavernier captained the side. There were starts too for new signings: Thalo Arsgaard, Max Aarons, Joe Rothwell and Nasser Jaiger. Aaron switched to left-back to accommodate Tav on the right-hand side, while Jager partnered Suter in the heart of defence. Youngster Josh Gentles was through the middle, with Kieran Dowell wide right and Finlay Curtis left. At half-time, it was still goalless at St George's Park, with Martin making 5 changes at the break. Emmanuel Fernandez, Connor Barron, Bailey Rice, Nico Raskin and Danilo were all introduced. The Brazilian striker made an immediate impact when he opened the scoring for Rangers. More substitutions followed on the hour mark, with Liam Kelly, Lyle Cameron, Xander Hutton, Jeff Day, Nedim Bahrami and Oscar Cortez all coming on for the last half hour. Rangers, though, couldn't hang on for the win, with Barnsley equalising. Now, in a huge transfer blow, the chase for Jazarun Raksaki has taken another twist, this time with Premier League muscle entering the fray. Rangers boss Russell Martin has been eyeing a loan move for the exciting Crystal Palace winger, unwilling to match the eye-watering £10 million valuation placed on the 22-year-old. But just as the Ibrox club look to push forward, they've been joined by a new heavyweight competitor, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Fresh off the back of Matthias Cunha, £62 million switch to Manchester United, Wolves now have the funds and the intent to reinvest in attacking firepower. Raksaki fits the profile and his stock is rising fast. The former Chelsea Academy product made waves during a loan spell at Sheffield United last season, featuring 36 times, scoring 7 goals and registering 2 assists. He's not slowed down since returning to Palace either, opening his pre-season account with the winner in a behind closed doors 1-0 win over Millwall on Saturday. Rangers' interest remains firm, but with Premier League money now in the mix, the competition for Raksaki's signature has just become significantly more fierce. Meanwhile, it's been a busy summer of recruitment at Ibrox. Russell Martin has already welcomed 6 new signings through the door: Lyle Cameron, Max Aarons, Joe Rothwell, Emmanuel Fernandez, Thalo Arsgaard and Nasser Jaiger, as he looks to reshape the squad ahead of a crucial campaign. A 7th edition is all but confirmed, with Sheffield Wednesday winger JD Gassama expected to join once paperwork issues are resolved on the English club's end. Martin gave an update on the situation. With JD, I think it's all done at our end. I think with Sheffield Wednesday and the difficulties they are experiencing, it is tough for them. So we're waiting on their end to be sorted. But I think we fully expect Gass to be our player, hopefully very soon. He's different from what we've got. I think we need a point of difference in the squad. We need a few, and he'll be one of them hopefully. Preparations on the pitch are also ramping up. Rangers wrapped up their 5-day training camp at the prestigious St George's Park, the headquarters of England's national teams, with a 1-1 draw against Barnsley. Additional closed-door friendlies are on the horizon as they build towards a massive early-season test, a Champions League qualifier against Greek giants Panathinaikos in less than 2 weeks. The race for Rakis may be heating up, but at Ibrox, the wheels of progress are already well in motion. While Wolves' late arrival may have complicated matters in the pursuit of Rakis, Rangers remain focused and proactive as they shape a squad capable of competing on multiple fronts. With new signings bedding in, more arrivals on the brink, and a crucial Champions League qualifier just around the corner, the coming weeks promise to be decisive both on and off the pitch. Whether Rakis ends up at Ibrox or not, one thing is clear: Rangers aren't standing still this summer. In other news, Como winger Samuel Ballet has revealed he's held talks with clubs after being quizzed about Rangers' interest in him. The Swiss winger has returned to the big spending Serie A club after spending the season on loan to FC Zurich in his homeland. He seems certain to leave Como, who have just splashed out £17 million on another winger, ex-Celtic player Nicholas Kuhn. The 24-year-old has been linked with a move to Rangers, Norwich City, and Trabzonspor over the summer, and was asked directly about those clubs' interest in him in an interview in Switzerland. Ballet said, "All I can say is that discussions are ongoing. However, I'm not fully informed about everything. I'm still on holiday right now. It can go either way. I still have 2 years left on my contract with Como. Playing time is the most important thing for me. Let's see what the next few days and weeks bring." FC Zurich wanted to keep me after my loan spell, but it was difficult for them to afford the transfer fee. "I had an extremely good time in Zurich. I could have imagined another season here, as I've developed a close relationship with many people at the club. It's not always easy to deal with the speculation about a transfer to other clubs, even if you have to ignore it as a professional. There are people with families here who can probably handle it more easily. It's probably more difficult for younger players." In other news, Rangers winger Ross McCausland is at the centre of growing transfer interest, with multiple clubs across England, Europe and Major League Soccer lining up to secure his services on a loan deal with an option to buy, sources have revealed. Interest in the 22-year-old Northern Ireland international has intensified in recent weeks, with several sides already making direct contact with Rangers to inquire about his availability. After a season of fluctuating fortunes and limited opportunities, McCausland appears to be edging closer to a fresh start elsewhere. The pacey attacker managed 3 goals and 1 assist during the 2024/25 campaign, but his involvement was restricted to just 25 appearances under Philippe Clement and, briefly, Barry Ferguson. As the season wore on, McCausland found himself increasingly sidelined, with game time drying up during the crucial run-in, a frustration that has reportedly prompted the player and his representatives to explore options away from Ibrox. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so make sure you join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.